Here you go. So welcome again, everyone. I am super excited that you're here. I am excited to spend some time with you just cracking this code on the ideal client, on getting clear who's that person that you're meant to serve. What is it that you need to do to be able to begin to attract a lot of them right now with that thing that they're looking for. And I'm going to give you some of my best tips that I share only with my private clients up to now, and that have gone to help them get booked or sell out their program, as well as help me do the same. So this is what I want you to get clear on before we even start. If you see me looking down, I have some notes. I didn't want to forget any of the important things. But part of what I want you to see is that there's not a worse feeling than feeling that you're not fulfilling your full potential. Tell me in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Like, you have this big dream, you have this big vision, you have this desire that it's like so deep in your heart, and for some reason, you just can't seem to make that thing happen. So as you think about that, one of the things that studies show, and as a psychologist and counselor, which is my background, I love reading a lot of the research and a lot of the things that are happening, not just for entrepreneurs, but around the world. And this feeling of like, it's not gonna work, I don't know how to do it, I can't make it happen. That is a feeling that our clients walk around throughout the day whenever they're looking for someone to help them. And a lot of the time, they might not even be looking for you. They might not be saying like, where can I find my first coach? Where can I pay however much money to invest in myself? But what they do have really present in their mind is that there's this thing that they are like so excited and passionate about that they cannot make happen. So think about that whenever you're thinking about your ideal client. And whoever's watching, please say hi. I would love to say hi back to you. But I saw Tatiana, I see that there's more people here. So I just want you to say hi so that I can say hi. And then tell me if you can relate to that. Like, there's not a worse feeling that whenever you have an idea or a desire to go for something, yet you feel like, I just cannot reach my full potential, no matter what I do, or something is blocking me from that. And the reason why I want you to get very clear on this feeling is because I want you to begin to come from a place where you can understand that a client that is ready to invest in herself or himself normally is feeling those kinds of feelings in regards to that area where you can help them. Like, they're thinking, they might be crying about it, they might be frustrated about it, they might be thinking, how the heck do I move forward? How the heck do I go to the other side? So whenever you start, awesome, Tatiana. So whenever you start thinking about how are you going to start positioning yourself as the expert, as the leader that this person needs support from, you need to start thinking more from the side of your ideal client, even more than from the side of yourself. So giving you like the two sides of the equation, right? This is your side of the equation versus your client's side. What I want you to think is this. On this side, we have to be clear on you, which I'm sure that if you have become a coach and you're starting your business, that's part of what you have been working on. What am I good at? What am I passionate about? What's like that dream that I want to follow? Like, you're very intentional about putting out your work, putting out your stuff. But now we have to marry you with what your ideal clients need. And here's my number one secret. So if you're taking notes, this is number one. The secret of getting clients faster than you have is positioning yourself as the bridge between where your clients are and where they want to be. So I'm going to say that number one right away. I told you I'm not going to be messing around or taking too much time. I'm diving right in. The number one secret is positioning yourself as the bridge of where that ideal client is right now and where they desire to be. And I'm going to tell you how to do that in a second, but I want you to get very clear, and that's why you have to know what your clients' top frustrations are, what their top fears are, what their top desire is. So you and your business, you're not even a business, you're a solution. Your business is a platform through which you sell a solution or you offer a solution to your client's highest needs. That's when people book. That's when I go into like, where's the debit card? Baby, can I please just like, can we readjust the budget so that I can go to that event? Because this person has done the great job of telling me, hey, I know you're in point A, and I know you're desperate to go to point C, and I am the point B that connects you to that desire that you have. Tell me in the comments below if that's making sense. Tell me if you can see what I'm talking about. Positioning yourself as the answer, positioning yourself as the solution. Tell me in the comments if you're getting what I'm putting down. So, but this is the thing that I see a lot of us entrepreneurs do, and I did this for a very long time, is that we position ourselves as the step, not as a solution. This is what I mean with that. Someone is like, oh my gosh, if one more time I have to go and buy another dress because I don't fit in my pants, and you are positioning yourself as like, I am a holistic coach and I help you love yourself so that in return you can lose weight, you sound like an extra step to her solution. Not because that's not the way that you're going to do it, but she doesn't really care right now about loving herself before she loses weight. Because if that client is struggling with losing, for example, 20 or 30 or 40 pounds, part of what she's thinking is, once I lose the weight, I'm going to love myself. Once I lose the weight, I'm going to be confident. So if you're trying to sell her on the process that you take her through, she's not going to buy and she's going to ignore you. If you're selling her on like, girl, are you going to this place? Then she's going to be like, yes, how did you know? And she's going to run for you. I think, I'm going to give you an example to make it even more clear. I think that airlines do a great job at this. So think about it. If you're going to fly, you're going to take your family on a vacation, you're thinking of a destination, just like your client is thinking of a destination in regards to the way that you can help her. But for example, let's take the airline. Whenever you're going to buy, because you want to go, I don't know, I'm in Atlanta. So let's think I want to go to California. If I am interested in going to California, one of the first things that I do whenever I'm looking for an airline, what is it? Is I'm looking for the flight. I narrow the search. So I look at what flights are going from Atlanta to California. I don't care about anything else until we get that part clear. So your clients, if you are thinking about it, psychologically, they're looking, all I care is about who's going to help me to get from point A to this point. And they're narrowing from the amount of distractions and people that are bombarding them every single day. They're looking at, how am I going to solve this problem? It's in the back of her mind all the time. So she's thinking, who's going to help me? Who's going to help me go to this destination? So that's the reason why we niche down. It's not just for you, it's also for your client. Because we want for her to see, hey, if we were an airplane or if we were a flight, I want you to know that this flight is going straight to where you're going. There might be a one stop or two stops or whatever, but this is going to your destination. I got you. So whenever you start looking at it from that perspective, your client, you become magnetic to that woman because all your content, all your branding, all your courses, all your videos, everything that you're doing, it's really clear for her to see, oh my gosh, this woman is not only going to my destination, but she has that I can go first class. Do you see what I mean? So like all the features of your program are like the little bits and pieces. Exactly. Focus in the end result. So you're selling the end result more than you're selling the process. And the process would be getting her to love herself, getting her to focus. Like in my case, you can see it all the time. I am a coach for coaches and service-based entrepreneurs. And if I state at that, that's too broad still for my clients. So one of the things that I say is, I help you get booked and I help you hit that first 5 or 10K month. The reason being that both of those goals are very personal, like they have a personal connection to me, but it's also something that I'm really excited about. So I'm going to make like a parenthesis so that you can see it in regards to my business, and maybe I feel that it's going to make even more sense to you. Do you hear Jules? Julian wants to come in. He's feeling a little sick and he wants me to hold him. So Ricky and him are watching Cat in the Hat. So let's get through this so that I can be with my little man. But one of the things that I want you to see, for example, in regards to my business, and I brought different examples to show you. In regards to my business, I started my background is counseling and psychology and teaching. And part of the thing that was for me was like, this is so broad. At first, I wanted to help everybody. I was like, how can I help everyone? How can I get people excited? How can I get people to buy from me? And I thought, I'm available for anyone, because as a counselor and as a nonprofit, like, you serve whoever comes through your door in one way or another. So this idea of having to niche down and figure out who I wanted to serve didn't make sense to me. And I was like, that's for people that don't know what they're doing, that have never been a counselor or have never worked with a lot of people. I feel called to serve everyone. And the idea of just narrowing it down, it just didn't feel like hard center to me, until I began to realize being online, it's different than being in person. Online, people don't know you. People don't know your story. People don't know what you're about. And for you to be able to bring them, you have to be magnetic, saying, I know that you've been wanting to go here. And that's exactly where I lead. So in my case, it took me about 2 years to really like narrow it down. Hola, Coral. Hi, Coral. It took me about 2 years to really narrow it down. And it was a process. So part of what ended up happening was I started, and this is what I wanted you to know, I actually started with my clients, with people that were actually looking to grow their business by stepping more into their purpose. And as I believe at that time, it was like my brother and somebody else of his friends that were selling products and stuff, working for a multi-level company, multi-level marketing. From there, I kept helping them. They kept getting results. Their like sales skyrocketed and all of this happened. And from there, I started attracting people that wanted to do what I was doing. From there, I grew. And then people were like, I want to be a coach. How do you do this? How are you doing everything that you're doing? I moved more into, okay, so then now I can move into this. And at the time, I wish I would have known what I'm sharing with you today, because I would have like saved myself this 2-year process. That's why I'm so excited about sharing these top 3 tips with you. So that first one, it's about getting very clear and having that destination and leading with the destination. This other one, it's being very clear on what is your zone of genius in regards to helping that client to get to their destination. So it's not like just what is my zone of genius in general, which is something that you do at first. When you start creating the offers and the services, we're looking at, okay, so this is what I want you to see. I even created it on my notebook. Let me see if you can see it. So to be able to get to your zone of genius, we look at these 4 things. We look at what are your gifts? How do you do this? Okay, what are your gifts? What's your passion? So gifts, innate things that you were just born with. Passion, things that you're so excited about. Then we're looking at what's your expertise? What's your expertise? And then we're looking at what's your experience. So experience and expertise, so things that you have learned to do, like that your expertise more in like your schooling, your career, your background and all of that. Experience, things that you've gone through. So this combination of these 4 things make your zone of genius. And that's how you present yourself to your clients. But then we're looking at what are the things that in regards to that you're so good at is interesting to your client or you can use to help them get to the destination. So we're not talking all about you and all of your awesomeness without connecting it to them seeing like, oh, she is the expert. She knows. She's been here. She understands what I'm going through. She has a degree. She's done something about it. Something has made you decide to see them as the people you want to serve. The number two, the second step is getting clear on who do you love working with. Who are these people? And maybe if you're a new coach, you're like, but I haven't had an opportunity to work with anybody yet. I'm going to break down a few of the tricks that I do and that I have helped my clients do to be able to get clear or more clear on the ideal client. Think about this. So your ideal client are the people that you are so excited about that if you had to do it for free, you would do it for free. Especially if you're a coach or a service-based entrepreneur. These are people you're passionate about helping. These are people that are like your tribe, the people that you would love to spend time with. So in my case, to narrow it down, I love working with leaders. I am very high achieving, very outcome and result oriented and at the same time people oriented. So I'm all about how can we go, a bunch of us go out to that goal and have fun all the way. So to me, going by myself is boring. Spending too much time in all the details, it's boring. I want to get the result. I want to have fun with it. I want to dance merengue and have some music on the way down. I am looking at that, and I love being surrounded with people that are high achieving and ambitious and dreamers and leaders as well. And I've been all my life. So whenever I saw that I started making progress in building my own business and that I invested over $30,000 in a matter of about 2 years, just getting myself to this process, I was so excited because I was like, I need to teach somebody what I'm learning. And that led for me to continue to grow. So the more that I learned and the more I began to give my clients results, then the more I began to move closer and closer to the ideal client that I'm working with today. Does that make sense? Tell me in the comments below, does that make sense? Is this something that you feel that you can use for yourself? And I want to share with you a few of the details of how I got crystal clear on who my ideal clients are. And then I'm excited to see if you can relate to what I'm going to read to you about who she is. I want you to see how you bring the people that you want to serve by creating something intentional for them. And that's the number 3. You create and you attract the people you're meant to serve by creating something for them even before they get here. So creating a tribe where you belong, where they belong too. So getting very clear on this, 1, what does your client need to be able to get to where she wants to go, and you positioning yourself as the answer or the bridge that's going to help her get there with fun, with ease, and that's where you get your personality in. So if you're an introvert, you're talking about how you guys are going to get into that way being an introvert. If you're an extrovert and loud and fun and whatever, you are adding that. So that's how you add your branding into pointing out to her that you have a solution. Let me read really quick because I want you to get it more clearly. Let me read really quick a few details of who my ideal client is, and then tell me if you can connect to this. So these are some of the things. These are some of the things about my ideal clients. She's in her 20s and 30s. She wants romance, family, cash, and has gotten some of it, and it's to a certain extent. But she feels like that there's more for her. There's more for her career. She is wise, and she wants to be able to spend more of her time following her calling. Listen to these details. She wants to have a successful business and a career, but to be able to keep her family and herself as a priority. She wants to live, to believe that she can do it, that she can have more, she can do more, but she isn't really sure. She wants to believe that she can follow her dreams, that her innate desires are calling her for her to live out her purpose and her highest calling. But she needs someone to show her and to tell her how to do that. She needs someone to go on the journey with her, because the people around her are not necessarily going the same place she's going. She cannot really talk about building a powerful business and an empire with her friends and her family, because they might not understand. Not because they don't want to, but they just don't have the same goals as she does. She needs someone who gets it, who gets what she's doing, who understands that at least, even though I might be a few steps ahead of her, I know that she's qualified because I have been able to do it too. I've done it in my career, and I'm doing it through my business. She wants a career and a business that can support the life that she wants and that she desires to have. She can see other people doing it. She can see Tony Robbins and Oprah and Marie Forleo and other people in our industry who are going for it. But a lot of them feel that they're so far away, and she feels so left behind. She wants freedom. She wants flexibility. So I'm talking the destination, right? She wants freedom. She wants flexibility. She wants cash. But what she really, really, really wants, it's meaning and impact doing this. I get her because in general, she's me. She wants the same things that I want. And we both are trying to figure it out, and what's true and meaningful, and what's the reason for us to be in this planet. So after I got clear that my clients wanted to grow their business, I know, huh? So listen to this. So I wrote down, my success is her success. So I have to go big every day. I have to continue to grow my business. I have to continue to show up. I have to continue to bring in even more revenue, because she has heard that she has heard that she can help more people and have a life of freedom and the income that she desires. But she doesn't know where to start, so she needs direction. She wants to make a big difference, but she can't quite know exactly how. So taking action, and I'm just going into it, and I'm saying, what are the things, you need a copy of that? Yeah, so one of the things is, Coral, I'm going to show an example, but like one of the things that I did is, okay, so I know these details about her. This is in general what she wants. Now let me go into more clearly, what is that next step? Like that, so if this is what she wants, for example, Coral, Tatiana, and all of you ladies that are here, if what she wants is freedom and impact, and to be able to make meaning and to live out her calling and expand to her full potential, even though that's awesome, that's still too broad for her to want to hire me right now. So one of the things I began to think, so if she's here starting her business, or she's been in business for a while, but is not getting her success, what is the next goal she has? And I position myself there. Her next goal is to get booked or get sold out, so that she can make that first 5 to 10K month. Why 5 to 10K month? Because in business, if you're using a business model, I really feel that once you hit that first 10K month, you have like somewhat proven that your business system is working. You've gotten a good number of people, and now we can begin to scale up. We can reach more. So I decided I'm going to help them get to that 10K month, because I know she'll be able to skyrocket after that. We're going to work with her getting clarity, with her getting confidence and increasing her faith. We're going to create a killer strategy. And since my background is creating programs and creating strategies and filling those programs up for all the organizations I've worked for, then I'm going to help her do that so that she can take aligned action. So you can see all my passion and excitement, but it was all around that one goal that I had identified. My people want to hit that 5K month or 10K month. As I grow, as I help more people, I'm sure that my ideal clients will also evolve. So I want to ask you before, as we're getting more into the final part of this training, I want you to think, who are the people in this planet that you really want to touch? Who are the people that you are like so sold out in supporting that you would even do it for free, but you don't have to, because there are people in the planet that are in that group that are able to pay you. And part of what I started seeing was, if I start focusing more on the people that are able to pay me, creating more money and more revenue in my business actually frees me up to do scholarships, to give some of the intensives for free, to be able to serve more people, because I am clearly targeting those that are ready to invest in themselves, to invest in my programs, and ready to move forward. So the last piece that I want to leave you with is, there's a difference between an ideal client and a premium ideal client. And this makes all the difference when it comes to converting people from just watching you into actually buying from you. So if you had, I had it written down somewhere, but I'm going to show you really quickly. Let's say that this is like your tribe, right? This is your tribe, and these are people on the internet, like on the Facebook groups or everywhere you're posting. People that are up here, these are just people, let's say coaches in my case. They're coaches, they're service-based entrepreneurs, people who could potentially be an ideal client for me. Then here in the center, we have ideal clients. These ideal clients are people who are actually, and listen to this to make all the difference in the converting more people whenever I was doing discovery calls and offering my services. So this is what happened. These ideal clients, these are people who, one, you're magnetic to them. You're speaking their language. They're picking up what you're putting down. They're excited about what you're sharing. But they don't have one of three things. One, they don't see the value yet. They don't see you as the bridge between where they are to where they want to be. So you have to continue to build a relationship with them, give them support, provide content, do the Facebook Live, doing the emails, all of that stuff that we do to build relationships. That's one thing that they might not have. So they're interested, but still they're not all the way sure that they need to pull their credit card out for you. Because of that, because they're still getting to know you and liking you and trusting you to be the expert. Number two, it's people that are actually having urgency. There's a difference between wanting to do something at some point and having an urgency to do it within the next 90 days to 6 months. So this is what I want you to see. The ideal clients are people who within the next 90 days to 6 months, they could potentially be interested in you. So they are closer than just the people in general. They are interested in your services, but they either need to get to know you a little more, so they don't see you yet as the expert. Two, they are not like, this is something that I must have now, or they don't have the income or the revenue to be able to pay for your services. So that I want you to see, for someone to be your premium ideal client, one, they need enough time to get to know you and see you as the expert that can help them. So write that down if you're taking notes. Number two, they need to be able to be in a position themselves where what you're offering is something they need within the next 30 days to 90 days. Why? Because there's that urgency in them. So everything you're saying is drawing them in. And number three, they need to either have the resources or the funds or have a way to find it. So a lot of us, for example, that have worked in the service-based industry, like as counselors or working with people that are really that are poor, and that struggle can become something difficult for us to get clients, because we keep targeting people that need our services a lot, but that they don't have a way to pay. And that's perfect if you're building a nonprofit. And I'm not saying that like in a joke, but I know that some of you here are building ministries and different things. So if you're building a ministry and a nonprofit and you don't need that client to be the one to pay you, then that's totally fine. You can go for the people that are really needing you and who also want, have an urgency to work with you. But if you're looking for clients, it's really important that you understand that whatever it is that you're offering has to be one of the top, and this is not me, this is studies that have been done by marketers and people in our industry. You need to be, or that problem, yeah, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. So you have to be one of the top 3 main issues that person have for that person to consider paying for you. Think about it yourself. You might see a dress or you might see something you really like and you put it in your memory bank. You're like, when I get to Christmas, that's what I'm going to buy. But we're in May. Yes, you're so excited about that dress, but in your priority list, you're not thinking about investing in that dress. Does that make sense? So a lot of us, we continue to market and to put all that we have to the people who need it, but who not necessarily want it right now. Because it's not that what you're offering, it's not important, it's that it's not in their top priority list. And we invest, think about you as a person, like we invest in what's really important to us ASAP, right this second, especially whenever we're looking at how are we going to invest our hard-earned cash. So that's one thing. So then how do I change my mindset from always reaching to the people that don't have money but that really need my services to focusing more on the people that need my services and that are able to pay? This is how I was able to break this cycle in my heart and in my mind. I got clear into Pachi. For you to be able to serve thousands of people online and some of them for free, you have to focus in giving a lot of your free content like this here to everyone. Everyone can watch this video. Everyone can implement these steps and start getting clients right away. But there has to be in a strategy that I'm following to attract the people that are actually able to pay right now. Does that make sense? Exactly, Tatiana. If you were part of the wish list, you ain't happening, even if you are giving the best content, spending 24 hours on Facebook and doing everything you can. Because the problem is not you, the problem is that that's not where your client is. You have to continue to build that relationship with them because, as I'm saying, they might be ready within the next 90 days to 6 months. But we're going to worry more about really targeting them in the next quarter. We are focused in creating content and doing all this stuff that nourishes the relationships and that calls in the people that are ready right now. Those are your premium clients, your premium ideal clients. So think about that. Like I was saying, for me, since that was such a struggle and I was so used to giving stuff for free and I really, really wanted to, part of the thing that I started saying, okay, so every time I get 5 paying clients, I'm giving 1 service for free. Or every time, if I'm off doing a group coaching program, okay, so every time I actually get this many clients and every time that I launch one of my programs, I give program for free. People that can pay, people, but I am balancing it out, right? Why? Because in my case, I still want to serve people even if they are not able to pay me right now. But I do know that for me to serve them and not to have to just close my business altogether, I do have to have some of the people bringing in the money. So I want you to think of that. And now this is really what I'm closing with, and I hope that all these tips are helping you, is looking at, okay, so if now I'm talking to the people that are actually ready to pay for my services, they do have either the income, the credit card, they have a way, and they have the urgency that they need to solve this problem within the next 30 days to 90 days. Because remember, the people's urgency, I'm so glad, people's urgency level and attention span does not surpass the 90 days, right? So if you're a wish list, and you left them and you never show up and never do any more content, they're gonna forget about you and find somebody else. But within that 90 days to 30 days, people are like, how am I gonna make this happen? What do I need to drop? Where do I need to get the money? Like, what do I need to do? People are so ready to be able to invest whenever they see, I am getting to that destination in the next 90 days, I'm taking steps to get there. So who is it going to help me? But they have, something has clicked in their mind that this is a top priority for them. And now you're saying, I can help you get there. So that's what I want you to see, that it's both sides. The client has to be ready. The client has to have the ability to invest and to focus on working with you. But on the other side, if you're just talking to them about, oh girl, love yourself, and then you're gonna lose the weight or something like that, the majority of people, you're not hitting their pain points. So what are 3 questions I normally ask my ideal clients, or that I normally ask people, so that I can get very clear on what is it that they're ready to buy right this second? I'm going to give you my top 3 questions that I ask. I normally, in my intensive, if you're in my intensive, you've seen, I have actually a full questionnaire of the questions that we ask to get very clear. So even whenever you're putting out your content, the content is connected, like totally connected to specifically what your people are looking for. So for example, my ideal client, some of you that are here would say, like, your goal was to hit a 10K. So what happened? I'm always talking about who's ready to get booked, who's ready to hit their first 10K, right? For people that maybe they're like, my 10K is a goal, but I've never had a 10K. Yeah, awesome, Tatiana. So like for people that are like, I've never had a 10K, so I want a 10K, but I need to get to the 5K first. Cool, girl, it's the same direction, so come on. Like, that's part of what I'm doing. It's, come on, let's go. You can do it. You can go to the destination. I can help you get there faster. I'm actually Hispanic, so I'm going to help you have fun in the process of getting there. Like, I'm adding my personality and all of that. So I want you that if you are ready and if you're thinking about how is it that I'm going to do this, I really recommend for you to book a 30-minute assessment with me. Let's get clear. Part of what I talk about in the assessments is, 1, what is that thing that you are here to do, that you want to offer, that you want to talk about? What's that goal that you have, that you want to present yourself as? And then we look at what's keeping you from there. So again, what's your point A and what's your point C? And then slowly we start talking about, or very, very focused on, what are the things that are holding you back? What are the things that are standing on your way? And if my program is for you, you're going to see how that program becomes the bridge from where you are to where you want to be. So here are the 3 questions before I let you go. Question number 1 to ask your ideal client is, what is it that you desire in the next 90 days? You see how it's all connected? What is it that you desire in the next 90 days? And you can ask this question a different way. I also sometimes ask it as like, if you could have a magic wand and have the perfect business, what would you achieve in the next 90 days? How would that business look like in the next 90 days? Why? Because we got to get very clear on what is that person like so excited and passionate about, that it's the fuel driving whatever they're doing. Once I get very clear and I ask questions around it and I get more clear and I go deeper into the layers, okay, so now I'm very clear on, okay, so financially, for example, you want 5K, 10K, or you want to get booked. But tell me a little bit more. Why do you want this? It's the second question. So whenever you're getting very clear on your client's what and your client's why, like the reason why they want this, that is what's driving them. This is the force that's keeping them pushing forward. Even when they fail, they're going to get back up. So, for example, for some of you, like Coral, if it's in regards to immigration, like, what are the things that this client wants to achieve that she's so focused on either starting or getting to in the next 90 days? What's that goal? And then why do you want this? Because that drives a lot more of the emotion. And if you have read anything around marketing, you know that people don't buy what they need, they buy what they desire. So we need to get very clear on what is this desire. And then the other thing that I ask is, what is keeping you from it? So what is it, why, and what's keeping you from it? Why? Because I just told you, now we got very clear on where she is and where she wants to be by getting clear on the what, getting clear on why, that's what's pulling her forward. And then I'm getting clear on what are all the blocks that are standing in her way. Why? Because I'm going to present my offer. If she's the right ideal client for me, she's going to see how my offer is the bridge. My offer kind of like kicks and makes the way through her current things. Some of my clients, for example, some of my clients' blocks and the reason why they're not reaching the 5 and 10K and they're getting booked because they don't know how. They don't have a clear strategy. They have created an offer, but they didn't take the time to talk to their clients first or the ideal client and get very clear on what they were looking for. So now they have this amazing offer that no one's claiming because they didn't take the time to do a little bit of the research that we need to do. Or they ask a lot of people. One of the things that my clients do is they don't ask more than 3 people. Why? Because we want to get clear. So find 3 people that would be your ideal clients, and then let's get clear on that. And then ask them the questions. And I want to hear back from you. Come back into the group and tell us, who are these people that you're trying to serve? What are their desires? And get very clear on why they want it. Once you're ready, book that discovery call with me, or that assessment with me, I'm sorry. Tatiana, I'm so excited to see you or to talk to you soon. Ladies, this is what I want to leave you with. Understand. Awesome. Awesome. So, awesome, Coral. So this is what I want to leave you with. If you are part of my tribe, then for you, a business is not just a place to make income. Because you could go and do that through a job. You could go and do that through a regular career. You're looking to create a platform through which not only can you expand into being the woman that you're here to be, but you're looking to really transform lives. And what I want you to see is until you get it together, everybody's missing out. Until you get clear on who these people are, everybody's missing out. Why? Because your clients are already in the planet. They're walking around. They're probably, if you're helping them with something that's their top priority, they're either crying about this thing, they're praying about it, they're asking people for help, they have invested money in it, like my clients investing in like programs or claiming freebies, investing time, and it's not working. And they are able to feel like liberated when they begin to see that there's someone that have created a killer strategy and a killer offer to be able to take them through the process into that thing that they desire more than anything else. So I am excited to have talked with you today. I hope that this really serves you. I hope that you're able to see that this is not just about putting stuff out there and just making, like, seeing up if it sticks. It's about being intentional to serve the people you're in this planet to serve, intentional to see that you're going to have a larger audience, but that not everybody's going to need to pay you, but you do need to think about the people that are ready and willing to pay you so that you can continue to be in business to serve everybody else. I am looking forward to some of you signing up for those assessments. I think we're booked for the week, but I think at least 2 or 3 spots available for next week. If for some reason you need my help, just send me a quick message here on Facebook and I will be able to look with you and get you sorted out. I love you. I am excited that you're here. Everything I'm creating, it's for you ladies, because for me, this is living my dream. I even have it on my phone. It says create where you belong, and that's it. That's as simple as it gets. So I love you. I would hope that this helps you a lot. Take action right away. Either contact 2 or 3 people that you're thinking, oh my gosh, these people fit my ideal clients. Ask them those questions. And then what's going to happen is that you're going to be able to use that same material to attract more people online that are just like those people that you interviewed and that you're trying to become the solution for. So have a good night. I'll see you soon. Bye. Bye to you too.